maybe you kind of like look at that and think, I better cut the crap. I better get things together here. And really, if I'm going to make real, giant long-term money from somebody, I better.
I think it's very low risk from the Eagles standpoint. I mean,
yeah,
if it works, great. If it doesn't, you just move on. But I for the people that have gone overboard to social media, I don't know if you've gotten it. I've gotten a ton of it. Like, they got the best trio of cornerbacks. This is a Pro Bowl level. I'm like, Pro Bowl level quarterbacks get Trent McDuffie money, $30 million a year. Yeah. That's what they get. That's the first thing my antenna raised. I said, if this guy's this good, he's 26 years old. That's exactly who gets paid in free agency. Jalen Phillips is 26 years old. He got $30 million.
Yeah. Well, I think he is that good, but he's also kind of an idiot. And, I think we'll see how it all works out. I think he has the talent. And the Eagles have had that kind of situation back there before. A guy who has a ton of talent and can't quite, stop taking penalties in one case of a very talented corner they have. So it's the best move they've made. I mean, they haven't done much, so that's right up there. I would love to see them. I know this runs against. There's a crisis right now in the league with offensive line play and offensive line depth.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's a team that needs some offensive line depth, it would be the Eagles. Yeah. And I just keep, they're bidding farewell to Brett Toth and Matt Pryor. And
I think Brett Toth bid farewell because Jeff Stoutland bid farewell.
That's another factor in all this. Yeah. What kind of offensive lineman does this new guy like?
And also, what can he do with them? I mean, Les, I think the one thing that's been true for 10 years in Philly is if a player was going to make it in the NFL at offensive line, Eagle fans felt like Jeff Stoutland was going to get it out of him. Now, he's not magic. He couldn't make Andre Dillard. Like, there's certain instances, right. But if a player had it, we knew Jeff Stoutland was going to get it out of him. I don't know if we have that confidence anymore, and it's a fair question at this point.
I'm astonished that this happened. I haven't talked to you guys since Stout left. I understand all the talk about they want to run outside zone and Stout doesn't like this and Stout doesn't like that. Are these things not negotiable in any way? I mean, if Nick hadn't totally alienated Stout during the season, could this not have been papered over in some respect? That's a horrible loss to the organization to me. And this is a guy that the Vikings didn't want back as their offensive line coach. Maybe he's a genius. I don't know, but
I think he will be a genius. I'll tell you what, if Landon Dickerson is healthy and Cam Juergens is healthy and Lane Johnson is healthy, he will turn into a genius, but I don't know if that's going to happen. The first
I don't want to hijack your questions or anything, John, but I have one for you. Watching this all season long, I kept wondering, was there no way to sit Dickerson and Juergens for a while? Yeah, you would have really struggled up front, but I think fans would have understood that if the offense didn't look good with subs playing. Rather than just running them out there week after week and getting the same results, was there not an amount of rest that would have helped them during the season? It just seemed so weird to me. I know they didn't talk to you guys at all. They didn't let Stout talk to you guys at all. But was there no sense that maybe you could do something here rather than just watch these guys flounder every week?
Well, I think, part of it is, and Landon talked occasionally, Cam talked occasionally too. Lane stopped talking. But that was related to, he thought, that was the Giants game. He did an interview with Josina Anderson and everybody took it the wrong way. And I think he got upset about that. But those guys, Landon and Cam, talked occasionally when they were healthy-ish. Those two guys, I mean, they're going to fight through stuff. They just are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're going to have to step in and stop for their own good. And where's that dividing? I think they should have done what you said, at least tried it, given. And the irony is we just brought up Brett Toth, who signed with San Francisco. Good luck to Brett. Good dude. I thought he played well last year. And you could have maybe been better than you think. When he was forced to play, he played pretty well. And if you would have given them, but their mentality, I remember when Cam came back from his knee injury and he had this big brace on, his mentality, he's got to go out there. He's got to be out there. I think that's a lot of offensive linemen. Yeah. It's like a tough tightrope to. I'm with you. You should. I think they should have sat them down and said, "All right, we're going to give you a couple weeks." But if it's chronic, in the case of, while you're going to Medellin to get stem cells, I mean, is 2 weeks going to help you? I don't know that either.
That's the question. Yeah, or even 4 weeks. I mean, maybe that's the answer. That they just couldn't get out of. This is what happens to teams after winning the Super Bowl when you play 21 games into mid-February. You said it yourself, John. That was you put it very well. Maybe the last time I was on, or time before last, when you said, we were so worried about grinding down Saquon.
Yeah,
really was grinding down the offensive line.
Yeah,
and I think that's really true, because even Mailata didn't play as well as he played the year before. Maybe it's just one of those things. Maybe you just had to go through it, but again, as we were speaking earlier about the roster, and it's a little bit less dominant each season now, I still feel like hell of a blown opportunity in 2025.
I agree with that.
They had, they certainly could have beaten San Francisco. I don't know about Seattle, but
Well, I think they would have beaten. I'm stunned. I'm still stunned they lost to that San Francisco team, simply because they were so banged up, San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then if they would have won that game, they would have went to Chicago. I think that's a very winnable game.
Yeah.
And then, probably lose to Seattle. If it went that way, but that still would have been a nice run. So I agree. I thought
the season would have felt a lot different.
Yeah.
If that had been the case,
Yeah. And because I get the feeling, I say it all the time on the show, Les, they won 11 games. They act like they won 5, at times.
Yeah.
Which not necessarily a bad thing from an urgency standpoint, but well, I'll throw that out you, and make sure you follow Les at Les Bowen on the X platform. Read him at PHLY. Still doing a nice job over there.